I'm going to do a video here to outline how to properly optimize a product. So we're looking at the Volusion web builder here, and we've got a product in here with a title that is way too long. All of that's highlighted there up at the top is in this title bar. And that's just far too much for a title. It's not going to look good on the site. It's not going to give any focus on keywords, so we need to have more of a focus. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure we have keywords relevant to the product. 2 volcanoes, whole bean coffee, Guatemalan coffee, organic coffee. Those are some phrases that we might want to test and find out if we have them. So if we copy that, we can of course look at our keyword list that we might already have and do a search. Control F on a Windows computer will pull open the search option so we can search the sheet to see what's here. On a Mac computer, it's Command F instead of Control F. And then we just type in organic coffee. That's there. Let's see, we had other phrases here. Guatemalan coffee was a term that we had in there. Whole bean coffee was another one. Do we have Guatemalan coffee? No, we don't have that. Do we have whole bean coffee? No, we don't. Do we have 2 volcanoes coffee? And again, no, we don't. And so those are all phrases that we should go and search on the keyword tool before we do anything here. And so let's go check the keyword tool. So we come into the Google AdWords keyword tool under the Tools Keyword Planner. We're looking at the keyword planner here. So with Keyword Planner, we click on this link to search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category, and we're going to put phrases in here. So I'm going to put in 2 volcanoes whole bean coffee. I'm going to put in Guatemalan organic coffee. I'm going to put in whole bean coffee, and I'm going to do just 2 volcanoes coffee. So there we have a bunch of phrases specifically related to this product, and honestly it would be smart, would be wise to do this kind of research for each individual product you have to make sure you've got keywords that are most relevant to your product. So we click on the Keyword Ideas tab. It'll default to the Ad Group Ideas tab, so you've got to click that Keyword Ideas tab. And we can see from this that we have 1,600 searches a month on whole bean coffee. 2 Volcanoes coffee has 50 a month, so that's not too bad. Best whole bean coffee, we don't want something with best in it, so we're not going to use that one for a product necessarily. Whole coffee beans, that might be one that we could do there. And so organic coffee beans, that's another one that we could use. And so these would be key phrases we want to download and do some additional research on them to determine which key phrase we want to use for our product here. Okay, so we start again with the keyword planner. By the time you're done optimizing all of your products, you should have a pretty good feel for using this keyword planner, because you'll go back to it over and over and over again and use it multiple times as you're optimizing all of your pages. Because the first general search isn't necessarily going to show us exactly what we want. So what I did there was just deleted the irrelevant column so that we're down just to the keyword and average monthly searches column. If you click on the 1 over here, it'll highlight that whole top row, and you can click the bold button to bold those. That's for our header. And then to keep it from scrolling so the header stays put, you just click on that row and then go to View, Freeze, 1 row. And that way you've got that row stay in there without any movement. And then we can go in and do our additional research. We can do the all-in title research here to get that correct and find out what our competition is. But I think on that product, Two Volcanoes whole bean coffee would actually be a better, a good primary keyword, because while that long tail keyword only has 10 searches a month, it does have some search volume there. Two Volcanoes coffee is found within that key phrase, so that there's another 50 searches that we could optimize for. Whole bean coffee has 1,600, so we've got that right here, whole bean coffee. So that right there would be a good phrase for that product. So if we come back to our product, Two Volcanoes, whole bean, and what we might want to do, we could leave the Guatemalan organic down at the end there actually, because that is not Guatemalan organic coffee. It's there, but it's not a huge search volume, and we can even look that up and see. So Guatemalan coffee does have 720 by itself, so there are people searching for that. Organic Guatemalan coffee has 30. Guatemalan coffee beans has 110. So we actually have, if we keep that keyword or that title like this, get rid of all of that, Two Volcanoes, whole bean coffee, Guatemalan organic, that, and I would put a comma right there, that is good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good title right there. And then we can highlight that and copy it, and we can use that down here in our alt text, Two Volcanoes, whole bean coffee, Guatemalan organic. I don't think we need gourmet on there. We're trying to stretch too much there. So we can do that for the photo alt text. The meta tag, we'll do something similar in there, and it's not going to hurt to go ahead and put in our domain name. In there, and then include that in the meta title or meta tag description area as well. Two Volcanoes, whole bean coffee, Guatemalan organic coffee with a great flavor that you are sure to love. Something like that for our title or our description. We'll save that. And we've got, we don't need this hyphen and space in there in the product URL text. We can just do Two Volcanoes, whole bean coffee, Guatemalan or organic. I want to get that organic in there. And that might be a little long actually for a URL text. I think for the URL we should probably really shorten that to maybe that much. Two Volcanoes, whole bean coffee, most important, Guatemalan. We can put that in there. Photo alt text is good, so that gives us a good optimization there. Now we want to make sure that we optimize the product description as well. I generally don't like to put product descriptions up in this box because in some of the templates on Volusion that will make it show on the category page, and it can clutter up your category page with too much info there. So instead I go down under the advanced info to product descriptions. That's just 4 down there under the advanced info section, and put it in here. You put a short description right here. We've got some pretty good details there. If this is not original, if this is just copied from your supplier, then that needs to be rewritten. We need to change that to become a unique bit of information. Same thing down here, extended information. It's a great place to put information, but all of this needs to be written in your own words. Do not copy from directly from a supplier. It will hurt you and you won't get ranked. And then the primary description I would put right here in the product description above pricing. That's where I would put all the description information that is up here. All of this stuff here, just copy that out and place that down here. So that is how you properly optimize a product page. And you can bold those keywords in there if you wanted to. The verdict isn't out necessarily on whether that affects your search rankings with Google, but some people do that. And of course, we could link from here somewhere if it was logical to link to another product on our site or another page or information or something. We could put a link to it, something like that. But that's what I would do for optimizing a product.